For today's notes, we're going to go over angle relationships, naming them, and how to solve for them. So first, we're going to go over, we have 5 different ones that we're going to be talking about. So the first one is adjacent angles. These are angles that are just next to each other. Adjacent just means next to. So X and Y are just adjacent. And they can be by numbers or by letters, doesn't matter. Now, vertical angles are 2 angles that are across from each other. I think of these as bow ties because you have to have 2 straight lines. So one, if I name them, angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 because angle 1 is across from angle 3, and that sort of looks like a bow tie. We can also say that angle 2 is congruent to angle 4, and I'm going to do 2 lines because it is the second one that's equal, and they are also congruent. Congruent just means equal. Now, linear pair are 2 angles that are adjacent and supplementary. Supplementary, we'll get to, actually, let me skip that one a minute. We'll come back to it. So complementary is any 2 angles that sum is 90 degrees. So we want a right angle, and usually you're going to see a little thing in here. And I could have one that is 45, 45. But they do not have to be next to each other or connected or adjacent. They can be something like this. And I can say that this one is 70 degrees and 20 degrees, as long as they add up to 90 degrees. Now, supplementary is when they add up to 180. And usually you're going to see this by a straight line. Straight line is 180 degrees. And I could say that this one is 140 and this is 40 degrees. But remember, they do not need to be connected. They could be just a little bit like this. So 140 and 40. Not perfect, but you get the idea. Now we can go back to linear pair. So linear means a line, pair means 2. So linear is a line, and we have it. So I can say this is angle 1 and angle 2. So the measurement of angle 1, that's what the M means, is measurement. Of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 is going to add up to 180 degrees. Now let's practice naming them and solving them. So for the first one, we know this makes a right angle, and we have 2 angles here, so we know these are complementary. And if we had to find it, we could say that B plus 35 equals 90. And then you would just solve it. And I know you guys know how to solve these. So B is equal to 55 degrees. Now the next one, this one would be linear pair. That's the more formal name. We also know it is supplementary. So with this one, we can go 122 plus B equals 180. And I know you can solve it. And usually I like to make my B's capital because my B's look like 6s sometimes. So 58 degrees. The next one, these are across, and see how it looks almost like a bow tie. So this is vertical. And these are going to be one of our favorite ones because we're going to use them a lot. So with this one, B is just going to equal 57. They're across from each other. And number 4 is also going to be vertical. So B equal 89. Now, when we have to solve them, all I'm going to do is how to set them up because I know that you know how to solve. So number 5 here, we know they're in a straight line, so we know that these are linear pair. Linear pair, linear makes it a line. So we can set it up as saying one angle plus the second angle is equal to 180. Number 6, this one is vertical. So vertical, we know they are congruent. So we would write this one as 5x plus 3 equals 68. Now you could also write it as 68 equals 5x plus 3. It doesn't matter what side the x is on. The last one, this one is a complementary, and it is 90 degrees. So we know that 4x plus 5 plus our second angle is going to equal 90 degrees. And this is how you're going to do this. Also, one little hint, if you need to figure out between complementary and supplementary, there's two ways. Complementary, C comes before S supplementary, so 90 becomes before 80 or 180. Or you can do it as complementary, supplementary. So the complementary makes a 9 for 90 degrees. S for supplementary makes 180 degrees. So just an easy way to remember complementary and supplementary.